Good day guys, Bing here. So today we're going to try this one. Random beam system. So rather than vary the spacing, it shouldn't be difficult to change the family type for variable board width. Okay. Yes, it's possible. Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to use beam system, right? So so beam system. So instead of using random spacing, we're going to use different width of this board. Okay, so first let's create a project. So we start with this architecture template, or maybe just place some wall. So WA, just place some wall. Flip the wall. Or maybe make a meter. Okay, so now we're going to place some beam system onto so this wall first. But before we place beam systems on the structure, before we place beam system, we're going to load a beam because currently there's only one. Okay, so only one UV steel beam loaded. So we're going to load. So just go to your Autodesk Revit content. And beam system is using structure framing, so we're going to use wood. Okay, so I'll just pick a dimension lumber. So maybe I'll just use this one. Okay, so now and then we can just escape to finish this and go back to beam system. So first we need to set work plans because currently the work plans on the level. So we need to place onto the vertical surface. We need to pick a plan, pick this, and then we can just pick a place. So you can draw any shape you like. So you can also match. So for example, I'll just match the wall, right? So and then see this is the beam direction. So we want maybe we want vertical. So we just click on beam direction and then pick a vertical edge. Now if we finish, so see this is a beam, so this the one we just loaded, and we're going to use instead of fixed distance, you can also use like maximum spacing or clear spacing. So it's up to you. So I'll just use maybe 200. Okay, so now if I click on finish, okay, so you might say, oh, where is it? So this is because the detail level is coarse, so we need to change it to medium so we can see the beam. Okay, so you might say, oh, these beams they are sitting inside the wall. We don't want that, so we can quite easily you can select all SA to change the Z justification from top to bottom, and that's it. Okay, so this is one of the options. So the good thing about this is very easy, right? So but the not so good thing about this is when you edit boundaries. So if you increase this a little bit, so and you will see here the new beam, and they will still go back to the default top. So which means we need to do it again, select all. So this is a little bit annoying, right? So and then I'll talk about this later. So now I'll just edit this boundary align to this wall surface and finish this. So now we have this. So one of the options is so for each of these beams there are all these options, right? So X, Y, Z. For the offset, I'll just try. So you can see actually we can offset them. So which means we can just random them to offset to have different spacing. But we are not talking about that. So we're talking about the width. So to do that, we have two options for this method, for the beam system method. One is to, so see this, so these are different type. Okay, so by default, the width of these beams, they are type parameter. So if you go to edit type here, so you can see, I'm not sure which one. So I'll just select one and go edit type, duplicate. I'll create a new one. So let's say 38. So that's the width, right? So maybe I'll just make it another one. So I'll change this one, maybe make it 70, for example. Okay, 70 or 64 by 64, and then change this one to maybe I just change this one to 64 and 64. So now we have another type. Okay, so now I'm going to just select this one, edit type, then do another one. So this time it will be maybe 140 times 64, for example, and I'll change this one to 64, this one to 140. So now we have another type. So we have three different type. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So one of the option is we can use Dynamo to change all these. So imagine you just if you do it manually, so it's also quite simple actually. I'll type IC to isolate category by category, so which means it's all only these so there are only these structure framings visible in this view. So one option is you can pick pick some of them and change this, right? Or you can just do MA, so match, which is this MA, so you can pick the one and then you can just click. So very simple, right? So this is how you can manually do it. But sometimes when we have hundreds or thousands of these, you don't want to do it manually, right? You want to do it maybe just one click to apply all these, and you might have more than 3 different type. You might have more. So how can we do it easily? So we can use Dynamo. So let's do it. Let's quickly create a script and use it to randomly adjust all these size. So let me just it's a bit slow. Okay, so new. So first let me change this one to menu. Okay, so the first option is we will change the family type of the family. Okay, so which means first let's just so eventually we will use set parameter by name. Okay, so this will be the last one, but and then element, so we need to find all the family, all the structure framing, right? So let me think. Revit, so it will be under selection, so it will be family types or category family type. I think it should be category for this one, because if I use a family type, so family type, which is this, so you'll see I can only pick let's find it here. So you can see I can only find 1, 2, 3 different type, but in this case we want all the structure framing, all the elements in this category. So I'll just leave this here, because eventually we will use this one for the second method. Okay, so let's use category, and then under category we can find the structure. So type S, go down to structure framing. Where is it? Structure framing. Maybe it's not structure framing. Maybe, sorry, it must be somewhere. If it's not structure framing, then what's that? Beam, maybe. B, structure section. Oh, almost there. Yeah, structure framing. structure fabrics, structure framing here, here, this one. Okay, so we have this structure framing, and then we want all the elements in this category, right? So here, all the elements in this category. Yeah, so that's it. So connect this. If I click around, so we have 80 or 66 looks like. Yeah, so that's it. And then we can just connect this to here, right? So, and then parameter name. Parameter name for this one's a little bit special, so you can't really see any here because it's actually not here, but type here. So edit type, it's this one, type. So it's a parameter name. So double click type and link this to the parameter name. Okay, so value. For value will be actually value will be this, 3 of this. So I'm going to Control C, Control V. Okay, so it'll be this one will be 64. I'll type. I'll see if I can search. Oh, can't. That's fine. So we can pick this one, and where are they? Yeah, it's probably easier. I'll just delete this one. Copy. Control C, Control V. So yeah, I know it's next to this one, so it's easier. Oh, yeah. Okay, here. Control C, Control V. So it's next, just next to it. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to. I'll just create a list with these 3 items. I'll connect them. So now we have 3, right? So we need 6. We need a number to match the number of this elements, this list. So I'm going to. I'll just use count list. Is this one? Control C, Control V. Count this. So and then I'll just use x divided by y, so I know the difference between these 2 lists, right? And then I'll just use this one to multiply with this, so I'll just use x times y, so x is this, or actually hang on, not x times y, it will be cycle because I want to multiply the number of this list, right? So it will be cycle cyc. Okay, so this list and then this. So if I click on run, so it should, yeah, so you can see the number of this list becomes 66, right? And then we just need to randomize this, so it's very shuffle. Use SHU, and I'll use the shuffle with a seed, so I can just change the seed. For the seed, it will be integer slider. Okay, so 1 to 100 should be fine. So it's by default at 1 to 100. So yeah, so this will shuffle. This will randomize this list, and then we can just link this one back to here. So which is all the structure framing. If I click on run, so this will randomize. Oh, interesting. Just double check the number. 66. So let's change this one to auto, adjust this. Yeah, it works. So you can see every time I click here, so it will just assign a different pattern to it, right? So with these 3 different size family. Okay, so let's type HR to bring back this. So let's just add some more. Oh, actually, I'll show you. Because yeah, I mentioned this before. If we select all and use the change the justification, so it can be quite simple, quite easy. But sometimes when we increase the number, so increase the number of these beams, so you can see all these go back to the other side, so which is not ideal. So I think another way of adjusting this is I'll change SA select all. I'll change them back to the default, which is top, right? you can see actually we need to do it 3 times because there are 3 different families. So change it back to that. So we can go to just one extra step. So what's this view? So east, north, not this one, south, west. Oh, it's not visible because hang on, where are they? Oh yeah, WF. So yeah, wireframe, because they are in the wall. See here. So you can place a something, a reference plan here, for example. I'll just place it maybe roughly 100, and also I'll give it a name so we can just change the work plan in any view. So now go back to the select this beam system. So we can go here. Where is it? Edit work plan, and then in the list you should be able to find this one because we named it. Okay, so click OK. So now they are off the wall. Okay, so and then you can just adjust if you wanted to. You can very easily adjust the spacing. For example, I'll just move this one to match this. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Now let's just place another one on the other side. This time maybe we can just add some opening. So I'll just use edit profile, a couple of opening, and this add another beam system. I'll just use the set work plan and pick the plan on this surface, and I'll use pick line to try to pick some. Maybe this time I'll do a horizontal one, and then I'll just maybe pick this opening. I'll just leave one. I'll only pick this one. So I want this one to be open, this one to be screened. Let's just trim. Horizontal beam system, maximum spacing with that timber. Yeah, good. So again, so you can see that inside of the wall, but this time maybe I'll just select them and filter. I'll just unselect wall, beam system. Yeah, select all the structure framing. I'll change this one to bottom. So that's it. Okay, and then we can just do the same thing because or actually you can see it automatically change because I have this Dynamo with on automatic. So which means every time I create any structure framing, so actually yeah, any structure framing, it will change them. It will change them to one of these 3 type. Yeah, I guess this is not ideal because sometimes if we have other structure framing in the model, it will change them to this. So yeah, it's not safe. Just be careful. So let me copy this one. I'll see if I can. If I copy this one, doesn't. Yeah. So are they? Looks like. See. So actually, you can see when I copy them, every time I copy it, become a different. It might become they're the same. Oh yeah, see, just automatically change because I have this one on automatic. So yeah, which means if I click this, it will also change the size of this one. Okay, so let's delete this. So this is one of the option. Okay, so one of the option. I mean in like picking all the structure framing, which is quite not very safe. So what's the other one? The other ones for the other one. So let me just change this one back to normal. Oh, sorry, manual. Manual. Okay, and then so the other option is we can, so instead of changing the family types, right? So we can go to, so because by default this parameter, so this B parameter, it's a type parameter. So which means if we want to change it, we need to create new family types. So what we can do is we can go edit this family. Okay, so let's go to I'm not floor plan, maybe elevation, front, nope, left, yes. Okay, so you can see B and D. So we just need to change this one from a type parameter to an instance parameter. So easiest way is select this dimension and go tick this box, and that's it. Another way is go to family types and select this, go edit, and then change this one to to the other one. So okay, oh, hang on, which one? Should be the B, right? So yeah, change it into instance parameter. So now we have changed this parameter into a instance parameter, and then we can just load it back. So yeah, if you want to, you can always rename it. So make sure you don't accidentally overwrite your other important structure framing family. Okay, so but for this example, yeah, it's okay because I know what I'm doing. Overwrite, and okay, you can see that nothing changed. That's fine because you still have these 3 different family types. But for now, because for this method, so a slightly different method, we need to use one single parameter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll select everything here, go filter, remove the structure beam system, remove the wall, only have this structure framing. Okay, and I'll change this one to one single family. So maybe I'll just change it to this one, change it to this one. Okay, so and you can see the size changed. That's fine because this is the default size. So we can still go back here. So here, so you can see you can pick one and change this 100. See, okay. So you can change individual frame size. Okay, so no. Yeah, like this. Okay, so now we go to Dynamo and we need to adjust this a little bit. So first we are not going to use category anymore, which means it's safer. So we're going to use family types, which is actually here. So because this is, so you can see the name here, and we just use this one. Okay, so and then I'll just break it here. So and instead of all elements of category, so you can see this is category, but this is family type, we need to replace this with all elements of family type. Okay, so just delete this one and connect this, and then we can connect this to this. So for the parameter name, so let's have a look. B. Okay, so change this one to B. And for value, so value will be different as well. For this, value becomes a number, a length. Okay, so it's a number. So which means we can still have like 3 different. So let's just do it. I'll just double click 42 and 60, 70. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just put in some number here. So one is for one's size 140, for example. Okay, so now we have 3 different ones. And actually I don't need this, because if I click on run, you will see this become a hang on, this one's not right. Anyway, so let's do this. Yeah, not sure. So all these should be the same, I think. So we still have 3, and just multiply. I need to link this one to this, and maybe I'll just disconnect this for now. I'll just click on run to see what we have here. Okay, so you can see we have a list of number. It's randomized. Okay, so with 3 number here. Okay, so now I can just link this back to the set parameter by name and click on run, and that should be it. Okay, so now let's have a test. Change this one to automatic, and I'll just go click on this so you can see. Is that right? Yeah, it looks like it's not. Actually, I'm not sure. Looks like some of the I'll have a look on the other side and do it again. Yeah, it looks like something's not quite right. So I'll just click. Oh, this is 39. How many? Oh, yeah. That's not right. We have 30. How many family do we have? 39. We have more than that, right? Oh, yeah. Hang on. Okay, I'll use SA and change them to this. And I'll use SA, change them to this. I think now SA again. Okay, all these families are now the same family. So which is this? So which means the number of this list become bigger. So 117. I'll check this. Yeah, 117 as well. So now let's do it again. This. Let me just unselect. Yeah, I think that now that yeah, it's correct. Yeah, I think this is it, right? Have another look. I'll make it a little bit brighter. It's a little bit dark. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, good. So now this is it. Yeah, so beam system is quite useful. Yeah, you can have different size, different shape as well. So for example, let me try to select them. Select the beam system. Yeah. I'll just copy this one. Okay, so you can also do very special shape. So I'll just delete it, and then I'll go here. So I'll just create some crazy shape. Right, need to close it, and then very important. So you need to decide. So see, it will use a straight line as a direction, but for this one, I want to be vertical. So you just need to go click on beam system, just draw a vertical line in the middle. That's it. So now finish, and then this is it. Okay, so you can see actually Dynamo automatically change the size of them. Right, it's because we have it on automatic. Okay, so this is it. And if you have any questions, please let me know. This is, I think this is very simple. So family is very simple. The beam system is very simple. Changing the parameter, very simple. So have a try. So please have a try yourself. And also this Dynamo script is also very simple as well. So have a try. And I think this method is better because you can make sure. So actually I'll select all. So you can, for example, you can just duplicate, create a new type. So maybe I'll just call it type A, for example. So this will only, I'll just finish it, and then I'll just change this one to type A. And so this means this script will only apply to these type A beam only. Okay, so you can have other structural framing, so it won't affect those other members. And yeah, so this is it. Family type or category or element of family type. Just have a look. So you can just pause this. So have a look. Right here, here. Very simple. So that's all. If you have any questions, please let me know. Yeah, you can always post it here and I'll get back to you. Okay, so that's all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.